What the heck is this? What have I got here? Happy day, friends. Truth Outdoors. Got a different kind of video today. Gonna do a product review. So I know some of you guys watching, maybe this isn't for you, but if you don't like it, click away now, or heck, stay and watch and figure out what this is all about. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and share it with your friends, and check out the Instagram. Been posting a lot of pictures over there of fishing. The fishing has been awesome lately. So yeah, if you got a minute, go look at that. But let's get right into it. XOP's new climbing tree stand, lightweight climbing tree stand. Climbing tree stands are phasing out, my opinion. The saddle hunting world is taking over, and that's awesome. I would like to get into that at some point, but right now I'm still using a climber. There's another company on the market that made an ultralight climber, and I don't have any experience with that. I'm sure it's a great product. It's really expensive, and so as soon as I saw this come out, I wanted to get my hands on one. It's about half the price of that other company. And yeah, so still trying to figure it out with myself. I've only messed around with it a little bit. I haven't even tried it out on the tree, so I'm going to do that here in a little bit and bring you guys along for that. But right off the bat, they claim this comes in at 11 pounds 5 ounces. I weighed it out of the box without any of the straps or the backpack straps on it and got 11 pounds 11 ounces. But that's just on this cheap $20 scale, so give or take. Nonetheless, that's half the weight of most of the other tree stands out there. Comes with really nice backpack straps. I like these. They have load lifters on them. They don't give you any instructions on how to put them on, and as simple as a backpack strap is, I was getting confused. I did figure out a way, and it seems to work really good for me. I like them. They got this chest strap here, or sternum strap, which is really nice. I put this little piece of Velcro here on to hold these down. You don't have to, of course, but I just didn't want these moving around or getting hung up on brush or whatever, and I just think it kind of helps quiet everything down too. So that was simple enough. Added that. These stabilizer straps, again, really no directions on how to put them on, but if you don't know, generally you want to put them out towards the front of the stand and the seat, and when you get up in the tree, you cinch them down to each other, and that really kind of pulls everything tight. And you can also leave them on with a lot of slack as you're climbing. If this platform was to ever kick out on you while you're climbing up, you can get your platform back maybe. As long as you're definitely tethered into the tree, you don't want to be doing that without a harness on. So kind of figuring out what to do with all this extra strap. I just put them all together, packed up, tightened them up, and then kind of wrapped them around themselves. And it comes with this little rubber strap to kind of hold everything together from rattling around, and I tucked them in like that. I'll go over that a little bit more in a minute, but let's get it all apart and show you how it works, how it packs up and everything. So it comes out of the box pre-assembled, no straps, no backpack straps. So this little rubber strap, simple enough. Now, all of this stuff is really new, so it's a little bit tight getting it apart. I'm going to keep messing with mine to try to get some of these sharper edges rounded out, and I'll show you when I pull it apart. The little holes that the posts go in to lock everything in place are kind of tight, so I think after you take it out, put it back together a couple times, everything will kind of smooth out. But it just kind of lifts out of there like so. And it's got these 3 posts. It's got one here, here, and here. And they fit in right here and here and here. This middle one pushes through and kind of locks down, and then I guess these just kind of hold it in place. But once these edges smooth out, I think it'll be a lot more easier to get in and out and take it apart and all that. pretty much like XOP's old climber as far as the belts go, and a couple of the other brands. They do have this cool little cam or lever, whatever you want to call it. It has a lock on it, which is kind of nice. It won't open up unless you push this little lock, and it's super easy. I mean, one finger just opens right up. And the way you deploy these arms up, it's got this little tab here, and you got this knob, and you definitely want to open that up all the way. I was trying to do it without spinning it all the way till it bottomed out, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So open it up all the way, and the way I found to do it is you put it right in your waist like this, just both hands right up. And hope you can see that. It's got this tab with this little detent in it, and it kind of just goes right in place there. You snug it up. And that thing's locked in. It ain't going anywhere. So simple enough for that. Bottom, same way. I'll put it in my waist like that and kind of take my hands, pull it up like that. It's got that little detent in there that thing goes down in. Snug it up, locks everything in. And I'll go over it in a minute, but of course, you know, these belts go around the tree, and that's how you climb up. Like I said, everything's a little bit tight, so that's why it looks like I'm struggling getting everything together, but once I use it a few times, I'm sure to loosen up. So pretty simple. Packing it up, it's just the opposite, really easy again. Loosen these things all the way up, lift up on that tab, that goes down. Normally not that loud, I slammed that a little bit. Same deal. And I know for myself, I'm gonna mess around with this quite a bit to get a good system down before I'm out hunting. Nothing worse than not understanding your gear or knowing how it works, or having a good system when you're out there in the dark trying to get up a tree and fumbling around. So they just slide in those posts, like I said. Try to do it so you can see. They go right in like that. You got that one right there, and what it does right there is it pushes down. And I've been finding that I just need to set the bottom down like that and kind of push in a little bit. I keep wanting to knock it in place, but it seems like the softer I do it, the easier it goes together. I guess you don't have to tighten these up. I'm doing it. It just seems like it keeps it from rattling around as much. But, and then to pack it up, I'm taking that strap that it came with, and running it up through the bottom of the platform and around the top of the seat area. That just kind of tightens up on itself. And then you got all this extra strap here, and I can understand why that might be annoying, but once you get a good system, I don't even think it'll be a big deal. I found that I'm just gonna take one end and just buckle them onto themselves like that. No big deal. And kind of wrap it around like that, and I'll tuck it in behind that strap. And really, I don't think that's going to be a problem for me, because I put my backpack on there. These will be down. That little piece of Velcro, like I was saying, hold all that in place. And then your backpack here, hold these straps from moving around. Shouldn't be a big deal. Really thin, really slim profile, which I like. So that's awesome. And I mean, this thing is light. It's nothing. I do have a little scale here. I'll weigh it. Like I said, this with the backpack straps on it and the stabilizer strap, I know it is coming in a little heavier than 11.5, but it is still half the weight of other stands. So let me clear this scale out. hook it on there. So 12/8. Hope you can see that in the camera. 12/8. That's nothing. I'll do it one more time. Just make sure we got it accurate. $12.8. So yeah, that is awesome. One thing I did want to show you that I'm gonna do, I already did do, and I think it's things like this that they were able to keep the cost down. Not a big deal to me, and I don't think it'll be a problem as long as you address it and look out for it. Let me get it apart real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Is these posts, they're just screwed in, and look, just from messing with it, it's loose, and this one seems to stay tight, but these two keep getting loose on me. And this is how the seat, I actually don't have the seat with me, but the seat slides over top of this, and then you unscrew these and screw those in, and it has these little holes in it, and these screw through that, and then it also has a couple buckles. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to run that or not. I'm gonna put some removable Loctite on these because I don't like that. I don't want to be losing these in the woods or in the dark or whatever. I'm sure you're gonna be able to order them from XOP, but I'm not even trying to mess with that. That being said, things like that, that's how they were able to keep the cost down, my guess. Not a deal breaker for me. So just wanted to point that out real quick, but gonna get this thing packed up. I got some woods behind me. I'm gonna find a tree and we'll set it up on the tree together. It's the first time I'll be doing that. So all right, well, this is a pretty typical size tree you would want to climb up in. I don't know the exact diameter, but I will definitely test it out on some bigger trees and smaller trees once it gets to be hunting season. But just to get it set up on a tree together, we'll go ahead and use this one here. Like I was saying earlier, it's all about just figuring out your system and what works for you. So already I'm figuring out, I was trying to put that thing on the ground and pull it out that way, but just like deploying these, if you take the whole thing and just put it in your waist and just lift up on it, it seems like that top comes out no problem. So, and generally I like to put my bottom on first. I guess it doesn't really matter how you do it, but that's what I do. Now there's a whole method to using these climbers. I'm not really going to go too deep on that. I can in another video, but generally you want to put some pitch on these platforms, because what will happen is as you go up the tree gets skinnier and it'll start to level out. So you want to start out with a pretty good pitch in it, and then as you go up it'll level. And you can't adjust this once you're up there. The seat part, not that big of a deal, you can adjust that. And yes, I don't have a safety harness. I'm not going up this tree. I'm just doing this for the video just to show you guys, but always use your safety harness. And I forgot to mention, this comes with a safety harness, and I used it for quite a few years. It's an awesome harness. It's just real standard run-of-the-mill, but it's ultra lightweight. I really liked it. I since then have gone to a rock climbing style harness where it clips out in the front. Again, maybe I'll do another video on all my gear I use for hunting and stuff like that. But nonetheless, back to this. So like I was saying, you want to put some pitch on it and all that. But like I was saying, you don't have to put these on now. I like to do it just in case this bottom was to kick out on me. It'll be attached to my seat, and I'll be tethered in, and I could get this thing back possibly, so I can get up and down the tree. But you don't have to use them at all if you don't want to. I generally put the seat about knee height I found that if you come up too high with it, it tends to hurt the back of your legs a little bit. I'll definitely be putting the seat on, because when you climb, I like to put my elbows in the platform like this, and having that cushion will kind of protect your elbows a little bit. So yeah, looking pretty good. I will say this platform is small. It is definitely small, and that'll take a little bit to getting used to. But no problem climbing. I got my boots that I typically hunt with. I'm sure if you had rubber boots on, you wouldn't have any problem getting your feet in there. It's really big. They just go in the side like that. It's a really big space, so no big deal there. But these stabilizer straps, yeah, once you get set up, snug those up like that. That really just locks everything in place like that, and I wouldn't have this much pitch on the tree stand if I was higher up and everything, but not too bad. Solid. I mean, even without a cushion, it's pretty comfortable. So a little bit of a short platform, like I was saying, that'll take a little bit to get used to, but no big deal. All right, well, I am liking it so far. I hope I did a good job explaining everything to you guys the best that I could. I'm looking forward to using it out in a real hunting situation, and I'll definitely be doing an update on that. So anyways, have a freaking awesome day. I'll see you guys on the next one.